All right, St. Louis Blues making two big moves, which I'm really excited about because they're just moving and shakers. I actually really like this retool that they're doing. I think it's really creative. I think they're stocking on young players and they're moving their UFAs and they're just looking to do this quick retool, right? Get younger and go into next year with a bigger splash. And they're really taking some chances, which I really think is exciting for them. So let's jump over real quick. Let's get two moves. So let's do knock someone one out real quick. It's Kasperi Kapanen. So the Pittsburgh Penguins put Kasperi Kapanen on waivers for to send him down to the AHL. Now they were only going to get about $1 million, million plus cap relief by doing that because there's a cap penalty for moving such a big contract down to the AHL. But instead, the St. Louis Blues pick him up, and so they have him for the rest of the year. You can see the 3.2 million for the rest of the year and 3.2 for next year. So that means that the Pittsburgh Penguins were able to clear almost about $4 million in cap space down. So that is huge for them because we know that the Pittsburgh Penguins are looking to make a move because, hey, you have Sidney Crosby, you have Evgeny Malkin, you have Chris Letang. We know that they have them wrapped up to around 40. And they literally had Sidney Crosby call Evgeny Malkin and be like, come on, man. Like, let's do this again. Let's try and go for it, and take a sweetheart deal. And they did. I forget what it was, but like I said, this is huge for the Penguins, and this is good for the Blues. They're taking a chance on a guy who just hasn't been up to snuff recently. If we go over to his DB page, you can see shoots right winger, from Finland. And honestly, the Blues do have a couple of Finland players, which would be good. And then actually, I think this would be a good. You also see that who has a huge Finn population is the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I think that if they're able to kind of revitalize him and move him to the Blue Jackets, I think he would fit in really well with them as well. So you can see he's not doing terrible in my opinion, not doing terrible, but not living up to that 3.2 contract. So you got 20 points in 43 games, so a little under half a point per game. You can see he's played better. He's played with the Maple Leafs when he signed that contract. He had 44 points in 78 games. But again, since being with the Pittsburgh Penguins, just hasn't been a huge flourishing piece that they need, and they just needed a cap relief, in my opinion. Not that he was a terrible player, but he definitely needed a change of scenery. So this is a good change of scenery somewhere again where he can play some big minutes, and they have him locked up for next year as well. So and the St. Louis Blues were able to do that because they do have the cap space to be able to do that. You can see projected they still have about 1.6 left on the year, which means they can actually be, if they wanted to. Again, this is current cap space, but mind you, cap space is accrued daily with the number of players that you have on your team, right? So, but based on their current uses of cap space and their cap hit, they will have about 1.6 left at the end of the year, which means again they can be a broker. They can pick up probably like $1.5 million. Let's say a $6 million player is being moved. That original team retains half, so that's $3 million. And then St. Louis can be that broker team, claiming half of that $3 million, which would be 1.5. And then they can get a draft pick out of that, which of course looks like they're looking to make a ton of draft picks. You can see with the 3 first rounders, the Toronto one from the O'Reilly move, and then the New York Rangers one from the Tarasenko move. So good move for them on picking up Kasperi Kapanen. Hopefully they can revitalize him. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing that they were talking about. We got a trade with the Vegas Golden Knights. You have prospect Zach Dean going to the Blues, and to the Golden Knights, Ivan Barbashev. So Barbashev we know he's a UFA. He was planning on being traded. So let's move over to him real quick. Ivan Barbashev, he's a UFA, 2.2. On the year. So again, this is something this is good for them to move their UFAs out. Again, a good move by the Blues. Good job on Doug Armstrong on doing that. Still a youngish player, right? 27 years old. So he'll hit UFA free agency status, and he'll go get his big money contract at the end of this. So if you move over to his DB page, you can see playing actually crazy enough playing similarly to Kasperi Kapanen, but we did have Kasperi Kapanen getting scratched a couple of times. I think it was maybe an effort or something like that. But you can see 29 points, 59 games. He can play that third line role. And he does play a pretty premium position. He does play center, right? So that's a second round pick. Oh, just outside of the first round too, that means he could have potentially gone in the first round. Again, this is a good pickup. I think we all know Vegas is always going in for it. They're always trying to go big hunting. Of course, this is probably the biggest move they made so far this year. And I don't know if I see them making another big move. I don't think they're trying to move their first round draft pick, but if they are, they're going to be something. It's going to be something huge. But they did move a prospect, Zachary Dean, right here. You can see, look at that. That's actually one of the first profiles I've seen that he has a 3/4 turn. Everyone else is just the straight on. That's funny. So, first round draft pick by the Vegas Golden Knights. Again, another first rounder. I don't think they've retained any of their first rounders. They've moved all of them, either picks or players, every year. So this is just recent. This is pretty recent, right? This is 2 years ago. They moved him. Playing the QMJHL. So this is a junior league, right? A Quebec major junior hockey league. And so this is again, we don't know what he's like, right? We don't know what, a lot of players come out of the QMJHL, but he has not made his AHL appearance yet. So, but this is good for him. You can see playing pretty well. 49 points in, get an ad. 49 points in 38 games, so playing well, not out of his realm either. You can see he's getting better and better. You can see he's 46 points, 57 games, 20 and 23. I mean, this makes sense. Only 23 games being played because of the COVID year. But bounce right back, right? You can see 52 points in 47 games, 49 points, 38 games, so even better point percentage. A little bit of rough and tumble, right? You got 50 penalty minutes in this season, 39 in the current season. But this has a little bit of playoff aspect as well. You get 7.7 games. So, again, I like this guy. I think this is a good pickup for the Blues. Again, another player that they can work with. 20 years old, a lot of, like I said, young player. They'll probably end up moving him to his AHL team, so they can get a little bit more. I think it's a Springfield is their AHL team. But again, a player that they can use long term. Again, moving their UFAs out, getting younger, right? And then that also gets them a little bit of cap relief as well for the Blues. So good pickup for the Blues. I'm excited for them. Like I said, I'm excited for what Doug Armstrong is doing. And honestly, if you haven't listened to his interview with Adam Wild and NHL agent, what's his name? Walsh. Oh my goodness, I can't think of his name. Walsh. Anyways, he's Fleury's agent. So he's really great. He's an agent, right? So he's for his players and everything. Anything you can do, get the players more money and everything. So, and which also works out for him in his favor too. So, anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. Hit like, subscribe, comment, and catch you next time. Love you.